Hail, brothers and sisters! My name is Captain Meatshield, and welcome back to Bob's and Angel's Factorio, where it's time to start scaling up. Things are only going to start getting bigger from here. That's what she inevitably ended up saying. Right. Let's just get some more of this stone. Actually, no, I need the stone brick in order to make the things that I need for all of this. So I'm not going to waste it on flooring for now. Let's get... What do we need? Probably should have made all this stuff before starting the episode. Do I have pipes being made? I feel like I'm going to need pipes being made somewhere. I've probably got them being made somewhere. Yeah, I do. Cool. Right, that's the blast furnaces that I need. Now I need induction furnaces. Oh, this is going to take a lot of materials. I really should have done this before I started the episode. Right, so this belt here is going to be for coal, because these things need fuel. Oh, nice. I'd never noticed that before. Is that something new? Is that like a mod thing, or is that something from vanilla? God, the amount of different fuel types you can have there. Interesting. Okay, we'll get these planted down. We need more bloody pipes. Right, we are missing fast inserters down here. We're missing non-return valves there. I need to research... What am I needing? Fluid control. There we go. Let's research that. That is a thing that I need. Right. So, those are down. All of these are connected to the pipes. That's good. Right, so we need more... We need lots of red belt stuff. As well as... an awful load of casting machines. I think we need 40 in total. Which is a lot. Right, let's speed you up as well. Get all of this moving as quickly as we can. Right, casting machines. We don't need a huge amount of stuff for those. I am, however, missing steel. And I can't see shite up here, so... Now we've got fluid control sorted, so we need 3 non-return valves. I thank you very much. Right, so the basics of this setup. We have a coal line, which will be going down this way. Similar to what we do when we're fueling our furnaces. We just feed a single belt of coal that will split off. Like, these things aren't going to burn through that supply particularly quickly. This is going to be a supply of iron ore, which for the time being will be coming in just on a yellow belt. That will feed into these blast furnaces through loaders, which will turn 24 iron ore into 24 iron ingots. So 1 ore per ingot. That then goes along into these induction furnaces, which takes 12 iron ingots and turns it into 120 molten iron. So, yeah, one of these will support 2 of these, so we've got double the output there. And then the molten iron will go into the casting machines, where we'll get 4 iron plates for 40 molten iron. And I think that the ratio for this ends up working out as 1-to-1. So for 1 iron ore that goes in, we get 1 iron plate coming out. As we scale up, or as we get into more advanced technologies... Ooh, okay, might have brought that up a little too far, but I don't know. I don't know where I'm sending everything yet. Yeah, as we develop new technologies that will be involved in smelting processes... we will find, we will develop ways where we can get a positive loot or a positive kind of gain on what we put in. So, you know, potentially, I don't know, like how large or how strong the ratios will end up being, or how beneficial the ratios will end up being. But potentially we could be seeing, like, you know, for example, like, you know, 1 iron ore turning into, say, 3 iron plates by the time it's fully processed. But we'll have to see how that sort of ratio setup thing works. I'm going to be very intrigued to find out and to explore it as an option. What am I missing for more of these casting machines? I think it's more steel. Steel production is going very slowly at the moment. It's not getting a lot of iron ore. I don't actually think we're producing a full belt of iron at the moment. No, we are not. What's going on with that, then? Why are we not producing a full belt of iron? All of these machines are working. Maybe it's just that the sapphirite takes longer to... or the stereotype takes longer to crush? I mean... yeah, it does look like it. That's annoying. Alright, maybe I could try putting... oh, that's the wrong blueprint book, isn't it? Maybe we could try putting 1 more crusher on the end for this. I need some loaders. Now, hopefully that won't completely bugger up my supply of stereotype. It seems to be holding for the time being. But maybe it means that we can fill out this this belt. Well, that being said, like, this is producing... like, this column is producing non-stop as well. So, I don't know what the best option is going to be. I think I might just have to leave it as is until we get, like, a higher kind of throughput setup. So, yeah, we'll gather as much of that steel as we can, and we'll make as many casting machines as we can as well, I guess. Where's all this stuff going? It's all going down here into power pole production. I think I could probably cut this belt. I don't think we need to be dragging more iron off of the belt that we currently have. It's not helping the iron supply stay stable. Okay, I'm just doing a little bit of strategic rejigging of belts. Trying to get things all set up to start belting all of this iron through. So it's going to be coming down about there-ish, I want to say. So we will be doing something along these lines. Now, I am intrigued to see... well, I mean, first off, we're having problems with regards to just belt supply. I am going to have to just craft red belts by hand, I think, just to get all this stuff in place. I also need loaders. I need more of the BEBs to make those. And eventually I'll be needing more inserters. But I think I've got enough loaders for the time being. Right, I've just connected up the coal supply for all of this. So these machines will start getting fed with their coal, so that they'll actually be powered, which would be good. But now I need more gears, I think. So I hope there's more. There's some. Right, the blast furnaces are fueled up, ready to go. We just need to get a supply of iron down here. Kind of difficult when I haven't got the infrastructure for actually making the belts that are appropriate for all this. What I might do, just for now, just for the input belts anyway, because we can't supply this many, or this kind of red belt level of throughput anyway. So what I'll do is I'll just lay it all out with yellow, and I can upgrade it later. And then the red belt on the inputs, or on the output of the blast furnaces, can be filled out. should that ever end up being fully supplied, which it won't. Not for quite a while, I reckon. But I'm trying to plan for the future. I'm hoping that this might be a setup that will be fairly long-lasting. We'll probably have to shift things over a bit so that we can get the Mark II version of all of this in place with the whatever the next stage is going to be. I do forget. But all of that's in place. So, what I could do from here, if I really want to ruin my iron supply, actually it would vastly improve my iron supply if I were to break some of this off from, say, I don't know, I might keep sending half of it down towards the steel, and then I'll split this iron, because it's the iron ore process that we're trying to replace. So, we'll send this along this way. I'm looking forward to tearing up all of this crap so that I can completely tidy everything up. Alright, we've got one full column here, which is marvellous. That's a damn good start. Iron ore is just about to start hitting the blast furnaces, so we'll keep an eye on this. See how these things get on. Like, they're getting a quarter of the iron ore that we're producing, so they're not going to be running at full speed at all. Like, not in the slightest. But they'll occasionally pump out some iron ingots. And to be honest, what we could do would be to... What I'm thinking I might do is, like, if I get these producing iron ore, or producing iron plates, I might start sending one of these belts up to kind of take over from all of this stuff, because I mean we're not producing much iron here at all. So you know what? Fuck it. We're doing no. That's the wrong line. We're going that way. I'm going to shut down this iron smelting. It's happened a little sooner than I expected, but it needs to, because it's just a waste of space. There's not enough here to warrant it. I mean, one of these has still got crushed sapphirite in it. Why though? Oh dear. Technology of a bygone age. Okay, and that's another portion of this all cleared out. So, how am I going to sort this so that we can ensure that we're getting an iron supply through? There we go. There's iron ingots on the belts. They'll feed into these, which will start whirring away, melting down those ingots into molten iron, and then the casting machines take over and press them out into plates. It's intermittent at the moment. You know, it could be better, but for now, it'll do. What I might do, just for now, if I take these... Oh, no. Yeah, you're going to be needed there. Can I can arrange these so that they're not actually connected. So just this lane will output iron plates now. Right, you are keeping all of the molten iron in these pipes. Good. So this lot should be the only ones that produce. So I can justify splitting this lot off. And we're going to take this probably up and around the back. Very roundabout route. But there we go. We've cleared out a little bit of space, and I think we've got a slightly more consistent throughput of iron. These belts have backed up, for the most part anyway, and they're going to continue just sending iron plates back out onto this belt. So yay, we got that side of things sorted. I've got way too much steel production going on here. Well, I say I've got too much steel production, I don't actually have the throughput of the iron needed to maintain that level of steel production. Another miner has run out there. Good. Let's go and check to see what the state of the iron ore is like. Because we're not building up a supply again. Still. Could we maybe support one more crusher? One more sorter, sorry. Let's try putting down one more sorter. I'm not sure if the belt throughput will help to maintain this, but I guess it's worth trying, because these crushers are completely backed up. So we might be... I mean, it might be intermittent. But we'll just have to see. The slag belt could do with balancing. Let's balance this slag. It's a sentence I never thought I'd have to say. Okay, maybe that will just about provide a full belt of iron now. I could have hope. We'll see. We've got a nice big supply of copper ore, which is always good. It's just the trouble is we need iron so much in the early game. So much iron. But yeah, the throughput on this belt now is an awful lot better. Yeah, this is going to be the second stage. We're going to have to push the iron belt back out a little bit so that it can be processed with a different setup using... What are these? What are those things? Is it strand casters? Or something to that effect? What are they? Ore processing machines. They require, if I remember right, I think they require like clay bricks or something to make. Ore processing. There we are. This is what we're after. Oh no. They only require stone bricks. But I need... but I need the strand casting machine. Oh, I need to research strand casting in order to... Wait, what? I don't know. What am I on about? Oh, that's if I want to make the sheet coil, which is like another intermediate stage of things. And then I can make molten iron out of different alloys. Something? Is that how things work in the real world? I don't know. I want to try and get a base set up with this lot first. That is the first and foremost, so I need another 11 casting machines in order to have this lot finished. So how is my steel looking? Is my steel looking good? My steel's looking dreadful. But I think I got enough to make all the casting machines I need. That's a stroke of fucking luck, if you ask me. Okay. Probably should not have had my nanobots on for putting this down and wandering around, but it's fine. I've just run out of nanobots. I have just placed down 2 more of these giant smelting arrays. This one is going to be for another 4 lanes of iron. I think that's... I haven't even got a radar coverage over there. That's helpful. Have I got Mark II radars? I do. I need more steel. Of course I need more steel. Let me grab some more steel. This radar will eventually move. It's just there so that I can see what I'm doing. So, 4 lanes... or 2 sets of 4 lanes of iron. So 8 lanes in total. Then we've got copper. Then we need 2 lanes of steel. And then pretty much just a lane of everything else. until we start getting down to the various circuits that I want to start working with. So that's fine, I reckon. We've got this setup completely done now. It really is just a matter of the throughput for the iron. Which I'm wondering, I might try to just streamline it all for the time being by shoving everything down into one, one belt into 2 instead of one belt into 4, so that we can get these 4, like these first furnaces working. Maybe we can try and be a little more consistent. Yeah, it seems like it's going a little bit better. Once we got some higher throughput iron, we'll be fine. This lot, not too fussed about for the time being. But they are going to need belts coming up this way. So that will be going there. Then we need all this lot. This is going to be all copper production. It's going to be bloody monstrous. I'm going to start trying to get this stuff placed down. It's probably not going to go online, because I don't know if I'm going to end up getting all of the infrastructure in place. Just based on the fact that I haven't got the throughput on everything to be able to build all the machines I need. But we can get the basic framework in place. Righto. We've got the majority of this built. What are we missing here? We're missing iron plate, which shouldn't be too much of a problem now. We've got quite a lot of that. Yeah, alright, fine. If you want to place the rest of this, that's fine. I don't mind all that much. Give me more of those. I will need them. I'm going to need more belt. I'm going to need more inserters. And then I'm going to need to grab iron. Give me loaders. And a fuckload of fast inserters. Oh, I'm already out of inserters. Well, that's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Let's speed this process up, shall we? Drain those belts. Well, it's nice to see the steel is starting to back up on the belt. It's going to take fucking forever for it to actually finish doing that. But it's getting there. We can try and get the... I'm going to see if we can try and get the iron and the copper completely set up before this episode ends. Is that all of the fast inserters? I think it is. Oh, there were a couple missing. But that's alright. That's not bad at all. I've no idea where I'm going to be able to send these copper belts once they're out. I've put this in a ridiculously fucking stupid spot, I know. But, you know, fuck it. I'm going to reverse this so these machines can start working. Let these belts back up, and then eventually, like, this whole process will just back up eventually, which would be good. Okay, so, blast furnaces to start with, I guess. And now, the wait for steel. Oh, wait, yeah, I could be getting watts. Getting what? Red belt. Need more of that being made. So I'll just handcraft what I can. Right, let's change your recipe to copper ingots. So those are all set up there. And I'm going to belt brush these lanes, or these lanes up this way. Leaving space for 4 belts of iron ore. Because they may come along at some point in the future. We don't know right now. Just have to see. And, I'm not very good at managing my space, am I? Alright. We'll just send the copper all the fucking way around, I guess, until I decide to move my, oh, fuck. Until I decide to move the greenhouses. Oh, I suppose it's worth checking my pollution cloud just to see how things are going. I only just noticed, like, you know, massive red splotch in the middle of the map. We're still quite a far ways off from any of the bugs, which is good. And I do want to consider... I'm still trying to consider my plans for the rails, and, wow, iron throughput's gotten really shit all of a sudden. What was chewing all that up? Oh, right, it's trying to refill that box. It's trying to remake, you know, make more gears. As well as more nanobots. And pipes. I'm asking a lot from something that's not producing an awful amount just yet. Right. That's blueprints laid out for 2 belts of copper ore. Which for the time being I could support because I've got enough in my warehouse. I've got something like 40k. Copper ore that I could be throwing at all of this. Okay, that's all the belt sorted. Now we need more induction furnaces, which we need more steel for. In fact, what I think I'm going to do with regards to the steel is I'm just going to clear these belts. Oh no, I don't want copper, I just want steel. Fuck's sake. And I'm going to come up here, and just there, I'm going to cut that off. So that any steel that is produced is going to go straight into production, or it's going to go straight into the box so I can pick it up. Ooh, that looks good. That's 2 full yellow belts, 2 fullish yellow belts, coming in to start supplying the copper. Just want to see all of this start kicking into action. There we go, there's the ingots. Going to be molten down. We still haven't quite finished. I've got 6 more of the casting machines to do, but the steel supply is just going slow right now. Next on my list of things to do with regards to the smelting setups is going to be making a better steel supply so that we can get 2 belts of that going. But there we are. We're producing what will eventually be 4 belts worth of copper. But we do have all of this stuff in the way. I am going to wrap this episode up here. I think this is some very good progress. Just get on with a little bit more stone bricking of the ground while we're here. Okay, I think I paved enough of the world for today. Right, there we go. That is a fairly good bit of progress for today, I reckon. I'm going to get the rest of the rest of these casting machines built just while I wrap things up. I have run over a little bit just trying to get this copper setup finished, but I wanted it done before the episode ended. I think what's going to happen in the next episode, I might try and get steel sorted, and from there I will probably, I might start trying to shift what we've got, comprising the bus that we have so far. Right, that's all of the copper stuff in place now. Fantastic. So, yeah, next episode, by the time the next episode rolls around, I'm going to make sure that I have a blueprint for steel production so that we can get 2 belts worth of that, along with maybe things like carbon and wood, just so that I can blueprint them down and we can start building up the bus so that we can start transferring all of this stuff along here so that it's out of the way of all this and we can start actually putting these belts, like plugging these belts up proper. Because for now, it's just kind of being a bit of a nuisance. But I think things are progressing rather nicely. I'm kind of shot myself in the foot with where I have placed everything, but it's temporary measures, really. All of this stuff will move eventually. And I just realised that I hadn't set all these machines up so that they were plugged back into the pipes. Had I? No. That's why there's only half of these belts are full. Fucking genius, me. Right. I'm going to wrap this episode up here and just say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays or metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, be sure to hit that subscribe button, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. Aren't you a queer fellow? I beg your pardon. Not my choice of words, but okay. Any friend of Dorothy's is a friend of mine. What's with these people? Who the hell is Dorothy?